Today's program is all about celebrating success. We are recognizing and highlighting the many successes of the SCA's Mentor Program. The Mentor Program, established in 1993, was designed to increase and encourage the participation of minority women and locally based construction firms in SCA projects. The program allows participating firms to gain experience working on school rehabilitation and improvement projects while providing them with technical assistance, training, access to capital and bonding, as well as to provide them with general business development skills and office support. Each year in the training program brings a new level of learning. This past fiscal year, an emphasis was on providing OSHA training so the workers of our participating firms would comply with the new DOB construction training requirements approved by the City Council last year. When a firm gets to the third and fourth year of the program, they are required to attend our Advanced Mentor Training Program. At this level, we take the owner out of the SCA and provide the classes in an educational institution. This will provide owners with a more in-depth overview of issues they will face as their firms grow and when competing for contracts over $1 million.
Specifically about things that we took away from the advancement programs. When you think construction, you wouldn't think that there are legal aspects of construction that you really have to know and understand, especially when you think of the general conditions of the company. So getting that part of the knowledge and expertise, we're still not expert in this, but just getting the knowledge from the various persons that were elected to come and teach the classes, it was a wealth of knowledge.
The Mentor Program construction managers play an important role in the development and growth of the mentor contractors. They represent the SCA in the field and have the primary responsibility of teaching a mentor firm how to complete work on an SCA contract. Many mentor firms, when they start in the program, have never done public sector work.
Don't be afraid to say that I don't know something. We are here to mentor you, to help you. You might have experience in private field, but when it comes to the SCA, we are here to help.
Throughout all these years, I've mentored probably about 500 mentor contractors so far. And I've seen a lot of success with most of them, and I've seen some of them that haven't been able to handle the SCA mentor contract as well.
As the mentor program evolved, the SCA recognized that access to capital was a barrier to the growth of minority and women firms. To address this problem, they secured the participation of a bank to make loans available to mentor firms when they won a project. The funds would be available to pay for project mobilization and to make deposits on long lead items. Since the start of the mentor program, 300 loans have been closed with a value of over $22 million without a default. Sterling National Bank became loan program lender in 2012. This has enabled 90 mentors to receive loans from the bank and create banking relationships that we hope will continue long after a firm has left the mentor program.
As a company, we were reluctant to take out the loan because of the customs of our Indian community, which isn't always the best case when you want to grow in the public field, which is something you eventually want to do.
The relationship with the SCA began back in 2012, and 7 years later, it's been going very successfully, I'd say. Access to capital can be the lifeblood of a business, and by working with a bank as opposed to another lender, what it does is it helps them establish credit. They actually establish credit with the bank and are able to, at some point later, seek and gain another line of credit or other credit options, and also be able to get bonding, which is important to them once they leave the mentor program.
The loan program taught us that it's better to use other people's money rather than going into your own investments where that money can be applied elsewhere. And we learned about bonding and how important it is for your company to have a good line of credit and good credit overall. Otherwise, you cannot grow in this public work section of construction in New York City.
It's the best way. I didn't have a lot of money underneath the mattress or anywhere else for that matter. So I met Bill Howell, had a meeting at the SCA, and he conveyed to me that I should take out a loan. I was skeptical at the time because I just felt I wasn't sure I would get approved. The pressure of paying the loan back. A lot of issues were pervading around my mind, but Bill was very helpful. After I took out the first loan and paid it back successfully, I haven't missed a beat. I think I take out a loan as often as I can.
I started in the mentor program in 2012. That was my first job. This year I had only one job, and then the following year I had one more job. It took off slowly, but over time, like I grew, I did good. I was very happy with the progress that I made in the last 7 years. Through this program, they made it so easy. All the resources and all the tools were available for me to use. They introduced me to bonding companies, and they also introduced me to a lawyer. They also introduced me to a accountant. So, I mean, everything is there. I believe this is the only program in the city that actually, makes your life easier, and they're actually working for you, so you could succeed. And the mentor program is the backbone of my success. Once you bid and you pick up a job, that's when the real work starts.
The bonding process is helping the companies so much because they teach to go forward and help us to finance the project.
As an entrepreneur, the bonding with the help of the SCA help us to grow where we no longer just do work with the SCA. The bonding has opened up doors where we can actually do projects with a lot of different agencies which we did not have the capability of working with because we were lacking the bonding.
The SCA developed and launched Opportunity Academy, a workforce development and small business initiative, in April 2016. OA was developed to complement the training and experience derived from the mentor program. OA participants are trained in the various processes and procedures necessary to perform work for and conduct business with the SCA and New York City agencies.
I think the most important thing is the enthusiastic worker. And that's why I think the Opportunity Academy is great, is because they show you why each task is important, why procurement is important, why the contract is important, bidding is important, estimating is important. They show you why all of those things are important, because without one, you can't do the rest. And without those, you can't really do a job very well.
Opportunity Academy is a great place to come. I mean, even if you don't know where you want to go, this is a sufficient place somewhere to start, because they teach you the ins and out of the contract world, construction. It's really a good program.
When I'm selecting an Opportunity Academy intern, the number one thing that I care about is they have to care about what they're doing. They have to care about the company.
It's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I know it's in the name Opportunity Academy, but it's something that not everyone gets to do, and it's basically people committing a lot of time and resources to teaching you something that, a lot of people don't know and won't ever know.
Push yourself. You keep pushing yourself because you don't know your limit. Push yourself until infinity.
Over the past 10 years, the program has grown to include more individualized services that address the specific challenges of each firm. We have added the services of a construction attorney as well as a CPA specializing in construction firms. The objective is to grow firms to become business partners that will one day bid and win in the capital improvement program. In order to achieve this goal, there has to be a partnership between the company's owners and the program. The owners of a firm have to desire that same level of commitment for the program to be successful. The owners of Diaz Electric have that desire and continue to demonstrate their commitment to growth.
We are female-owned electrical contractors. We came to the SCA about 3 years ago, and we sat in the audience as newbies, just like you guys, and tears came to our eyes because we said, wow, is this really true? Does SCA mentorship really work? So we were skeptical, but we found out 3 years later that it actually does work. We had $250 in the bank, okay? And now our sales for last year was almost 2 million. It really does work. We worked really hard to get here. We learned from the classes that they gave us. It was very good for us to be able to get into the public space. We learned how to do requisitions. We learned how to manage our business. We learned
a target timeline to success through the SCA.
Anyone who is a tradesperson like we are that want to see success should come to the SCA. Their mentorship program is like no other. We've been in a few of them already.
Yes.
And which is why we were skeptical in the beginning. But just to say that this program really does work. We're graduating now and we're going into the grad program. But everything that we've learned, we're able to grow exponentially. We have a new office. We have 13 staff members. We're still growing. We're able to bid on other public projects. Our resume looks incredible. And so
we have no fear because they prepared us for success. So failure is not an option when you're prepared.
Once a SCA mentor firm can show that they are able to complete jobs for the SCA, they are sought after by other city agencies. This enables them to grow and expand their office space so they can manage the work of multiple city agencies.
I saw the need. A lot of employees at the time, it was during the recession, a lot of employees were working and they weren't getting paid. I wasn't in construction at the time. I had my job, and my husband isn't into construction. So there were many times he would come home and they say, come back to get paid. And it wasn't just him. There was a lot of employees not being paid, and I saw that as a need. Key takeaway for me working with the SCA program is being able to understand exactly what they need. Not just procuring the jobs, because you could do a very good job and not know what paperwork that they require and how to send it in. So taking that away, understanding exactly what they require, when they require it, is what helped me to, grow with the SCA.
For all of you, whether or not you're involved with our mentor program, our graduate mentor program, our Opportunity Academy, we love to have you all a part of our success. Remember, we do our work for one reason and one reason only, to help the children of the city of New York. And I thank each and every one of you for participating.